When looking at the point scenario at the conclusion of this Florida Derby and looking at the post-race analysis, right now, of course, obviously Maximum Security gets in with 100 points, finishing first. Bodie Express gets 40 points. Code of Honor gets 20 points. He's at 54, so he's pretty much sealed a spot for the Run for the Roses. Bourbon War maybe a little bit more on the fence. Another twist of fate, the runner-up in the Sunland Derby, winner of the El Camino Real Derby, which of course gives him an automatic berth to the Preakness, is on the fence with 30 points. Sueno third in the Louisiana Derby, second in the Sham, and the Southwest Stakes has only 28 points. And Bourbon War, with this fourth place finish and getting the 10 points out of the Florida Derby, has 31 points. So he's a little bit on the bubble. So if you already have a little bit of doubt about how effective Bourbon War is going to be in the Kentucky Derby, he might not even be there if the point scenario turns out to be one where he falls outside of the bubble. So there, he's definitely, you know, walking on a tightrope there. He's living on the edge along with these other horses. Well, so that's going to be a factor. Code of Honor has pretty much secured his spot, even if he didn't run in a way in which you would think that he really belongs in the Kentucky Derby. It's the Kentucky Derby. It's 20 horses, and you know, and anything can happen. Again, there are no spectacular bid or Seattle Slews just yet. Usually those kind of scenarios develop within the framework of the Triple Crown. Nobody's just really saying there's no way we can beat this horse. People are more notoriously skeptical horseman-wise than ever before, and they're going to try one another in a race like the Derby with everything on the line and the classic that it is. And if someone's been impressive prior to the Derby, until someone convinces us at 10 furlongs, we're going to take our shot. So with that being said, I think Bodie Express's connections are going to go. He ran a really strong race in here, and I think he's a horse that, again, I'm not going to predict him to win the Kentucky Derby, but I think he might be a horse that will confirm what, for the handicappers, what a couple that were willing to take a shot with him, he may be able to confirm that down the road here. So he certainly earned his opportunity. Again, what's interesting is that Bourbon War in running fourth is on the fence, and to be quite honest with you, when you run fourth after running second at a mile and 16th, and you don't really prove in a very, very what I call dynamic way that the added distance is going to be your friend, even with that Tapit pedigree, you know, he probably deserves to be on the bubble, but we'll just see if that gets him in. He certainly is a horse that you still may have some value in, but again, you know, he's looking on the outside. He's on the outside sort of looking in, a stranger in a strange land, a little bit like War of Will with all of his issues, and that's going to be closely monitored as well. But meantime, Maximum Security is your 3.5 length winner in 148.86 of the 2019 Express Bet Florida Derby, punching his ticket for Gary and Mary West, who are also the owners of Game Winner, who will be running in the Santa Anita Derby. So once again, Maximum Security wins this race with Bodie Express second, Code of Honor third, Bourbon War fourth, Current was fifth, and then of course the favorite Hidden Scroll a disappointing sixth.
Widest of all is Bourbon War, but he's commencing a rally. Meanwhile, up front, they left Maximum Security alone, and Maximum Security cuts the corner and opens up. Maximum Security, less than a quarter of a mile to go, and he sits on top. Second is Bodie Express. He's running a huge race. Down at the inside, Code of Honor. Hidden Scroll at a one-pace. Bourbon War on the outside. But Maximum Security proves he's the real deal with a gate-to-wire win in the Florida Derby. Bodie Express was second. Code of Honor finished third. Then Bourbon War and Current in 148 and 4.